All right, and we are back. We have got Chi-Town Lowdown. We are looking at the week 1 game spread here. We are going to be making picks for the entirety of it, working in a few new things, and we're first starting with one of the new things. You just took a deep breath, Tom. How you feel?
I'm feeling good.
Ready to?
You want to explain the situation?
I feel like Luke should explain the situation because he's explained it to me like 3 times, and I got it now.
Yeah, so we're still workshopping a name for this segment. But basic concept is we're going to throw a few matchups at Tom, who has yet to look at the board for this week. Not a big gambler, admittedly. That's fine. I wish I was more like Tom in that sense.
I gamble in my head,
Exactly. So Tom has not seen any lines for this week's games, and we're going to see how this goes, but this is potentially a recurring segment for weeks to come. Tom is just going to try to guess these lines on the spot. And as someone who's not an avid gambler, it should be interesting to see where Tom's mind is at. Maybe give us and the viewers some insight, perhaps, as to what to expect. Or maybe go the other direction and not to. We don't know. This is the first time we've done it, so we'll see how it goes. Tom could be a complete ringer. Which could backfire for us because another element to this segment is going to be if Tom is to guess any of our 3 matchups and hit that line on the dot, he's going to get a bonus point for picks this week. So whatever Tom's final record is, if he hits on one of these picks, we're going to give him an extra point. So that's the gist of it. Jesse, Wargo, do you want to go first with your matchup, and we'll see where Tom's at here.
And I
still workshopping the name.
I do say I actually never see the lines each week because I don't get on betting sites, and that's where the lines would be. I do know
absolutely perfect.
Favorites.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
But yeah, all right.
Then yeah, comment below if you guys have any ideas for the names. I don't know. We don't get all too many comments. I feel like that helps with the YouTube algorithm. I think saying YouTube algorithm also helps with that as well in your video.
Yeah. Comment. Tell me I have like bushy eyebrows. I don't care. Tell me anything.
Yes,
don't say that. Don't say
Tom's gyms.
Keep it up. All right. So first game that I'm going to fire at you here, Tom. I was looking at the line for Arizona Buffalo.
Okay. So Arizona Buffalo
is
and it's in Buffalo.
Yes, correct. Yep.
Okay. Arizona people are kind of counting them out again this year, but I feel like they're going to have an overproductive year.
Okay.
So Bills are going to win by 7.
Okay.
We'll tell him at the end.
Yeah.
What is it, 10?
I mean,
no, I'll give you more than 10.
Let's wait and tell him at the end. Let's wait and tell him at the end.
I didn't factor in the cold, man. It's not going to be cold.
No. Tom, you're fine. You're fine.
That is plus 5 strength for the Bills.
Tom, next game, Sunday Night Football.
The
LA Rams are traveling to Motor City to play the Detroit Lions at Ford Field.
Okay, so Detroit is probably favored, but I'm high on the Rams. And I really like what they're doing. So I'm going to take the Rams 3.5.
Say that in a different way.
The Rams are going to win. In Detroit, that's tough. Rams are going to win by 3.
Okay, got it.
Okay, this is not going how I thought it was going to go. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to allude to why. Tom, you'll know here in a moment after you do my pick. But
am I doing okay?
We can't. I'm sorry, Tom. We can't give you that information at this time.
I don't agree with Las Vegas, dude.
It's like you're physically you're waiting for your blood work to come back.
Exactly.
I hate that.
So last pick for you, Tom, is going to be Dallas at Cleveland.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Two good defenses going toe to toe here. I got to go with the better quarterback in Dak. CeeDee Lamb's back. Browns, like Deshaun Watson's, you don't know what's going to happen. Dallas, it's in Cleveland.
It is in Cleveland.
All right, Dallas is going to win the game by 6.
I'm going to give
Okay.
Luke the trickiest line award. His was the hardest out of the 3.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so
Yeah, that
if
was
the
tough.
game were first off, great job, Tom.
Thank
you. So I'll start with the bad, and then we're going to work our way to the good. You missed the favorite on Dallas. Cleveland favored -2.5 in that game.
Oh,
Probably just some of the off-season storylines going on with Dallas, I would assume. Maybe they're not super thrilled with where they're at going into the season, having just gotten CeeDee Lamb on board. Maybe not a lot of continuity there, playing into that line a little bit. Cleveland at home with a great defense, maybe. Rams at Detroit. Your first initial gut instinct on the line itself was fantastic. You said 3.5, which it is 3.5.
okay.
But it's Detroit favored by 3.5.
Yeah.
And then you went and you said you like the Rams, and honestly, I don't disagree with you there. I think the Rams could be very good this year.
Okay.
And been surprised Detroit week 1. But then you went to 3 after your initial gut instinct.
Well, I was unsure if 3.5 was a thing.
I just wanted to make sure that you were actually picking the Rams. That was more what I was getting.
Can I go back to Rams 3.5?
You can't.
It doesn't matter. They're both wrong.
It wouldn't matter anyways.
Wait, did you say 3.5?
I did say 3.5.
Yeah,
but he's picking when you pick, you say the favorite. You don't go, I like the Rams plus.
Right, because it's an upset. I see. Yeah. So the Rams
pick work though, because you said the Rams are going to win by 3.5 as
well.
well.
So if the Rams win, I automatically get a point.
No,
you're done. You don't get any points for that one.
You
have to pick the line exactly right. That's the point of the game. It should be challenging.
Okay.
So going it. Like I said, we were starting bad, which the bad wasn't even that bad. You were damn close on the Rams Detroit game in terms of the spread. Just had them flip-flopped. Your feel for spread, though, seems good because in your first pick, Arizona versus Buffalo, which Wargo brought up for you, you missed it by 0.5 point. You almost hit on the first
6.5
guess of the year. Like you almost hit it. That would have made the 3 of us look extremely stupid. We might have had to just give you. I mean, honestly, if you had gotten that right on the first guess, we might have had to just been like, okay, the show's off. This is crazy.
Oh, that was fun. Okay.
I liked that segment. That was good. I also really like the name that Justin threw out there. Kind of like old school Baseball Tonight web gems.
Yeah.
Tom Gems. Okay, diamonds in the rough. Yep. We'll that's probably gonna stick, but like Wargo said, we're all picked full board this week. Might change things up later in the season, but first week of the year we're gonna pick everything as it should be. So obviously
first
top down, baby. Top down in the Google sheet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I would assume the way I have it laid out, if you have it laid out by time slot, is probably a day. It's probably pretty similar to what you got in the Google Sheet, Jesse. If you want to go down the list, you can. Also got them pulled up.
Yep. So start off Thursday, about 48 hours from now, the Chiefs and the Ravens will be battling at Arrowhead in Kansas City. The Chiefs are favored -3 right now.
Can we make DraftKings our official line setter as well, just for Tom's game and all this?
These lines are.
I don't think legally we can do that. Just by saying they're the official, we could be setting ourselves up for litigation.
But
So-
if you
We'll be using
They're the
the
unofficial. They're the unofficial sponsor of this
Yep.
pick
referencing.
segment.
They're a reference.
you reference.
But yeah, Baltimore, KC. KC favored -3 here. I think KC is going to come out strong. They lost the opener last year to Detroit. Obviously, things didn't turn out so bad for them, but in the long run. But I think that those kind of things kind of stick with them. It's easy to pinpoint them, stick in your memory. And I feel like the Chiefs are going to want to, they have the potential to do something that's never been done before this year with 3P. So I think you have the potential to see a very, very, very focused Kansas City team this year. Obviously, a ton of pedigree there with the team and the coach, defensive coordinator, OC, I believe it's Nagy, so that's huge. So I'm going to go KC here -3, start off the year Thursday.
Yep.
Were you not arguing the alternative, the opposite of that, like the first half of that monologue?
No, he was saying that because they lost the first game last year, they're going to be laser focused in the first game this year.
Got it. Okay. I thought
said
you were
no one
saying
has ever three-peated. What is a dynasty?
No one has ever. Dynasty is 3 out of 4, I think, for most people. That's if New England's a dynasty and they never won 3 in a row, then they had to have won 3 out of 4 at some point. I would assume.
Interesting.
Maybe 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
It probably changes depending on who you ask, but I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go here. Baltimore. What? Say something.
You just announce yourself as the next person to go.
Yeah. Hand up. I'm gonna go here.
I love it.
I don't know if Lamar's got the big game energy.
Oh,
I think he struggles, and he
Tom's
plays
firing
great
shots.
season.
What were your 2 at the draft, Tom? The over for Denver, and then what was the other one?
I think Denver's gonna be good.
You just never struggle with the hot take. Sorry, I don't mean to take away from your.
Sorry.
That's
Lamar.
a sweet take, though. Lamar's going to struggle.
He plays well in the regular season, which kind of takes away my point here. But it's a big game. It's a big game against KC opener at Kansas City. I just don't see him playing as well as he needs to here. So I am going to go KC.
I already put you down for Baltimore.
I saw that.
I'll go. I think history doesn't often repeat itself, but it does rhyme.
Oh, this guy. What do you do with your What do you do with your daily job?
So I'm gonna say Baltimore is gonna cover here. I like what they did on offense. Bringing in Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews is healthy. Zay Flowers doesn't have L'Jarius Sneed on the other side of the ball to punch the ball out on the goal line. I like Baltimore in this game.
I initially liked Baltimore, and then I was letting Luke's pick sway me a little bit because I feel like there is a little bit of that 3P energy. Like it's been something that's discussed. Like they're going to show up locked in. I don't doubt that at all. But it's not like Baltimore's just sitting around waiting to get their ass beat. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore here. I can see that. 3 points. Yeah.
It could go either way, but
it's gonna be a very good game.
For my fantasy, I need Lamar to play well. So.
All right. Moving on. Next game in Brazil. The players have been told to stay in their hotel rooms until they're getting ready to go to the field because of all the gang activity and crime.
NFL don't give a shit about player.
Yeah. Who was it? One of the Eagles.
AJ Brown said he's not leaving his hotel room the entire time he's there.
Yeah. Well, there was somebody else. Can't remember. I think it was one of their safeties. But anyways, this should be a fun game. Green Bay.
Not for that reason.
Philly is technically the home team, but they're -2.5.
Pull up
Yeah.
the field they're playing on.
No, I'll go
was-
first. It's all right, Luke. I'll go
Go
here.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Philly's going to shit kick Green Bay.
Oh.
Expectations are way too high. They need to create a little adversity at the front end of their season. And, Eagles are going to come out swinging.
Can I see a field? Can I see the field?
It's a repurposed soccer field. It's in Brazil.
Okay.
Sure.
So if I had to pick something to maybe stay away from week one, which we're not doing this week, but maybe in future weeks, something like this. But this just feels like kind of a mess to me.
This
got
game might
both
not finish.
teams. Yeah. Yeah, there are going to be road flares being set off at the 50-yard line by the end of the quarter.
This is
But
not.
What I'm trying to make is, I mean, this is not the idea. No, it's not, Tom. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. Is this is like the NFL just being this, gigantic entity, just like it's world domination. Like kickoff 2025 is going to be like on an iceberg in Antarctica. like it's just like we can't stop. We like 2030, we're playing on the moon. God knows what's going to happen. It's just not ideal, environment to start your year. You're in a place you don't know, and like they said, like Jesse was pointing out, like it doesn't seem extremely stable where they're going to be. Like they can't. Both teams wearing green. Apparently, not supposed to wear green there. Kind of a big problem. So it could be interesting. Philly's got a new OC, a new DC going into this year. Missing a Sonic. He's the only guy still holding out from what I had seen earlier today. And
Hassan Reddick plays for the Jets.
Thank you. That's
You're welcome.
We'll just edit that out. We'll edit that out.
Both green.
Both green. Thank you.
Yeah,
Go
who's
Green
playing
Bay.
that?
I don't know why. But I think I'll go Green Bay here plus 2.5. Hassan Reddick plays for the Jets now. That's why.
I'm going to go Green Bay as well, and I will tell you why. The Eagles finished the season on a horrendous streak.
Yep.
They lost to the Buccaneers in an ugly playoff game. I don't see any reason as to why we should believe that those problems have been resolved to this point.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in two big name coordinators, Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore, but both have kind of hopped around the last few years for, what reason, right? I mean, they're not solidifying their roles in any one city for some reason. So until they can prove that, they're back playing good football, I am going to go with Green Bay, who finished the season probably the exact opposite of the Eagles on a really great note. So I'm going to Green Bay.
So I'm trying to find some reasons not to pick the Eagles or Green Bay. But to all those points, like the Eagles looked so bad last year. And now there's with the head coach and Jalen, right? There's some turmoil there. They got a new running back. I just have a feeling this is going to be a tough first game. Back.
Did you pick?
No, I haven't picked yet.
You picked Eagles.
No.
You said the Eagles are going to pick the living shit.
For a lot of reasons, Green Bay.
Did you take your finger off the pick? Did you take it off?
We've always been able to change picks, dude.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
We're not playing chess out here.
Are you sticking with Philly or what?
No, I'm gonna switch.
Hassan Reddick plays for the Jets now, so you're right with that.
That was the main point that I had when Luke had that realization. I too had that realization. So for that reason,
is it crazy that
he is holding out? When you get to that Jets pick, though, he is holding out still.
True.
Why is
also to be
Philly
considered
favored?
now.
If you're
Malik
watching this
Neighbors?
from Brazil, excuse the color of Jesse's shirt. Sorry.
Rugby.
So Borgo, you're still on Philly.
No, I'm on Green Bay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Everybody's on
Next-
Green Bay. Plus 2.5.
Next pick, the main event, boys. Tennessee at Chi-Town. Bears -4. I'll kick us off on this one. Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk more about this later, but I think Bears, Titans have a good defense, but we've got a better offense. So over Bears. Let's go.
Bears to the moon, baby.
It starts.
I think this game could be close. I think it could be close. I don't want to.
Tennessee could cover. We could.
It
still
just
win.
feels wrong to full homer week 1.
Got
All of us on the Bears, and I feel like me picking the Titans +4 could ensure that the Bears win 20+. Cosmic balance, right? Yin and yang. It's just it makes sense.
yeah.
Bears -4. We're all on the Bears. Let's go.
there he came around. Oh, hello, little dog.
Interview.
Rutabaga.
Rusev.
All right, next game we got New England at Cincinnati minus 8.5. New England at Cincinnati -8.5.
So that was like a visual effect.
8.5.
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go first here. This is the biggest spread of the week. 8.5 points. Cincinnati. Since Joe Burrow got there, they are slow starters. Feels like every year they kind of come playing locked. Jamar has been holding out. He doesn't play for the Jets, right?
No.
Yeah, Jamar. So Jamar still does play for Cincinnati.
Though he
and
may
he's been
be
holding
out for
all
week 1.
offseason.
No.
Yep.
Why?
Because I've got him on a couple of my fantasy teams, and I can't have nice things. So
Does it say that?
yes,
I
it says he's trending towards out.
and I think the main story, well, one of the main storylines in the offseason is obviously Drake May. He is not earned the starting job. Jacoby is going to start week 1 for New England. New head coach. This is the first regular season game outside of Belichick. And, that's a 20+ year run, I think. I think a lot of people are just kind of dismissing the Patriots right now as like, hey, this is going to be a long rebuild for them. I think a combination of them just being so looked down upon during the offseason and Cincinnati traditionally being a little bit slow out of the box, I'm going to take New England here +8.5.
Yeah.
They're going to come fighting for their coach, So
Yeah.
I agree. I think New England's going to cover.
In my survivor pool, this was my pick. The Bengals were my pick to win this week. The spread is, like Luke said, the largest for week 1. And with New England having a new head coach, I do think it's hard to judge what we're going to see out of them. But I do think that Joe Burrow is healthy. Even without Jamar Chase, I think they've got enough weapons to get the job done at home in a big way. So I'm going to go Bengals.
Yep. Blondes have more fun. I'm going Bengals.
Some
Okay.
Shady.
So that was your pick, Jesse?
Yeah,
I'm
Bengals.
also going to make a note here.
Put that like an asterisk by your name or something, maybe?
No, that's not my lock.
Oh.
That was what he picked
I'm
in
in
a
a
survivor.
I'm in a survivor pool, and I picked the Bengals this week.
What
is
does
I'm
that
saying.
mean?
I mean,
A survivor
don't win.
pool is where
Jesse
you-
is sent to a desert island, and he's left
Give him
there,
one flare.
and he has to live out
Dude,
the entire season of a show called Survivor with other contestants. I picked Cincinnati when they
yeah, that
lose.
makes sense.
Survivor pool, Tom, is where you you pick a winner. You pick one team each week that you think is going to win, and if that team wins, then you move on to the next week, and you can only pick a team one time.
Okay.
So next game we have Arizona traveling to Buffalo -6.5.
Who was
Tom, you
Wargo on in
almost
the
nailed
last
this
one?
one. Hit it -7. I'll kick us off here. This one's tough because we've got a healthy Kyler Murray. We've got Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride. I really like Gannon coaching the Cardinals. I think he does a great job. And then you've got Josh Allen, the machine. And they're at home. 6.5 points is a lot, though. I think I'm gonna go Arizona here to cover +6.5.
Yeah, I need to see Buffalo in action because, like, right now I can't picture the receiving core being anything but mediocre, and that bothers me. I love James Cook. I love Josh Allen. Their defense is pretty solid as well. But yeah, I think Arizona covers today. Yep.
Wargo?
And maybe I'll pick Buffalo next week if they prove me
You
wrong.
want to go next, or you want me to go next?
I'll go. I don't really have too many thoughts on the game. I think a lot of what you guys say about Arizona feels right, but I think Buffalo's kind of been slighted by the media. Josh Allen was like a most overrated player or whatever by Fox News. Somebody somewhere said that. Fox Sports. It was Fox Sports. Same thing. Whatever.
That was such a
but-
Fox News take.
True.
Josh Allen
Marvin,
hates
though.
guns.
I think Josh Allen loves guns, if I had to guess.
Coach
But-
Warg's on buff.
Yep. Is there?
Yeah, I that's a good transition to my pick, Wargo. I agree with what you're saying, and I feel like I'm picking this game kind of like I picked the last game, and it's based off-season storylines. I feel like Buffalo's kind of been viewed as this team who's expected to take a step back this year. They're losing their not their number one, but their number one and number two receiving options. Stephon Diggs now in Houston. Gabe Davis went to Jacksonville, or he's plays for the Jets. I don't know. Gabe Davis does play for Jacksonville. But with that being said, I feel like Josh Allen, it's like Jesse said, he's a beast. And I think that the defense is going to be a little more talented than what's been kind of given credit for. Obviously, Milano, I think, got hurt again in the offseason, which is just that sucks for them. But they had some replacements step up in his place last year and do really well. Those guys are still around. I don't remember names, but I do remember them playing well in his absence. So Arizona has been on the other side of that coin during this offseason. A lot of people said Harrison Jr. coming in, Gannon with Kyler Murray now fully healthy going into that first, the first game of the year. They could be a very explosive offense. I think at Buffalo week 1, Buffalo may be feeling a little bit disrespected. I'm going to go with Buffalo -6.5 here.
I am a little worried about Kyler. He still hasn't proven himself either. So
Point on Jalen.
He's really good at
I think-
cop.
So Tom, you're still on Arizona.
this is a proving game. They need to prove themselves. I'm going to change the Buffalo here.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, that could be a big one for me.
point on Jalen there. Josh Allen. I took him in the 3rd round in our draft. Maybe arguably a little high. I got chirped for the pick. He went in the 3rd round in every single one of my drafts except for one. He went in the
I saw him go in the 2nd round in some, to be honest.
He's
Yeah.
a freak.
I don't know. I don't recall who was chirping you for that. But
and
I was
Justin
not one of
Tucker in
them.
the
I think you
13th.
got him in a good spot.
That is incredible.
Justin
value.
Tucker in the 13th was weird. That
Yeah,
was weird. But Josh Allen, I thought was fine.
that purple came up.
Man,
I was
2
like,
flex
pick-
5. We were drafting garbage out there. He's going to be on the field every game but one.
Did
when he
you
has
hear
a bye.
they're bringing Verdance back? Verdance.
For Donks. Yeah, dude.
For how long? Is it like on the cell phone version? Because I
Correct.
need it to be real. I can't come back.
It's the OG, Luke. Not the bullshit that they came up later. It's
Are
the
they
OG.
bringing back? Are they bringing back the Car 98?
It's already back, baby.
Yeah.
Scorpion ACOG scope, Jesse.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know it with the
The
single
bypass.
All
shot.
right, give us our next one.
All right, we got Houston at Indianapolis. Houston's the favorite, -2.5. So this is our first.
Whoa.
This is our
2.5.
first road. This is our first road favorite home underdog matchup here.
Whoa. Whoa. I don't know. Expectations on Indy are high this year, I feel like. I mean, Anthony Richardson's expected to play really well. Jonathan Taylor is expected to play really well. I think there's a lot of expectations, and it's a prove it game. And for that reason, I'll be on Houston because they already have.
I like that logic. I'm going to go with Houston as well. I do think Anthony Richardson has the tools to be an exceptional athlete and player. But I think D'Amico Ryan's defense is stout, and they're going to do enough to limit Indianapolis's offense. And I like CJ Stroud. I like the weapons that they have. So I'm going with Houston.
Luke.
I'm gonna go Indy. I don't know. Just a feeling about this one. Shane Steichen seems like he knows what he's doing as a head coach, play caller. Obviously, Anthony Richardson got off to a good start last year before getting hurt and having to sit out the remainder of the year. Obviously, no man waiting in the wings this year with Gardner Minshew in New York with the Jets, and then I don't think that's going to be a problem though, because I think Richardson stays healthy, and yeah, I'm going to take that. I took Jonathan Allen early in the fantasy draft, so let's go Colts.
Okay, Warger, you said people are high on the Colts. I would say they're more high on Houston, and for that reason, I'm going to take the Colts because I do believe that they're not going to be as good as everybody says they're going to be.
Look at Jesse's face, how it's frozen right now.
He's just looking down on
I
me.
thought it was just stuck like that from your pick, and it's actually frozen.
Oh, no. We have our first freeze.
We'll get him back.
Right? This is our first freeze.
Tom,
Look at it, dude.
Tom, you're on the Colts?
Yes, I am on the Colts. I think and they're at home, and I think Houston is going to be good this year, but there's just a lot of hype around them right now, and I don't like it. And I think that the Colts have less hype around them, and they're at home, and they love Lucas Oil Stadium. Boom.
Okay.
That place is going to be rocking.
I like it. While we wait for Jesse to get back, who is our Destiny pick caller, I will throw out the next one here. We've got Jacksonville at Miami, and Miami's favored -3.5 in this one.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Also, we want to be thinking about our locks here. Just to remind you, Tom, that's
I think maybe we just make them at the end.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
Like our number one pick that we think is going to be for sure.
Like after I picked all my wins, I need to pick which win will be the most definitive.
Okay.
Yes.
Boom.
Hey there. Did you put me down for
that Gardner Minshew reference sent him into fucking right into the Matrix?
Was I stuck in my laugh? Like,
oh, now you're lagging.
Oh no.
Oh,
you
there
look smooth to me.
Yeah, it's a slight delay.
Something crazy.
So we're picking Jacksonville, Miami right now, Jesse. Miami's favored -3.5. Thoughts before you freeze again?
Oh yeah, I got thoughts.
Florida at Florida.
don't love Jacksonville. Mike McDaniel's got swagger and a lot of weapons on offense, and their defense is going to be better. For that reason, Miami.
The Battle of the Floridians.
This would have been a good line too. I'm surprised at how
The
close.
real question is it going to rain?
How close
Okay. I know there's a lot of showers down there. Have been showering for like the last 3 weeks. Tropical, baby.
Mm,
If it's going to
give
rain,
it to me.
if it's going to rain,
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Weather report.
Jacksonville with ETN and that offense humming.
Interesting.
But
But
if it
we do
doesn't
have
rain,
to make our pick right now. So
well, I don't know the forecast. I would say if it's Florida, it's 50-50 shot it's going to rain. You know what I'm saying? So I got Miami. They're the more talented
Okay.
team.
Tom,
So-
who did you pick? In
Indy.
Houston. You took Indy. Okay.
Yeah,
And you're-
Miami.
Tom's on the good side.
Did you say you're taking Miami?
Yep.
All right.
all that
I
said.
think I'm gonna go Jacksonville here.
No, pick Miami.
Peterson, Trevor Lawrence, they're gonna find their groove this year. Don't know why. Just one of those week one things, they're gonna find their groove until they don't. So I like Lawrence. I still believe Mariah would tell you this. She thinks I'm in love with Lawrence. Maybe I am.
I stick with
Always
that.
horses, beautiful creatures. He looks very similar to some sort of centaur man. So yeah, I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville.
Jags, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this line just
That's
stinks to
okay.
me. I mean, Miami at home should be way more than 2.5. I did look up the weather. We have
3.5.
computers available to us, in the form of
It
phones
is,
in our
it
hands.
is 3.5 Wargo, just so you know.
3.5.
What's the forecast?
Forecast is thunderstorms.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I knew it.
It's supposed to rain from this Tuesday to next Tuesday, and then there's thunderstorms only on Sunday. And then
It might
rain.
get delayed. Hell,
Just,
I'm gonna take
just
I'm
a
gonna take
just a
Jacksonville.
tidbit before we get too far off topic here. That over under is currently set at 49.
Whoa.
And obviously they're thinking like, okay, this could be high scoring. And just a glance at overs for the week, they're thinking this is going to be one of the higher scoring games. If it is raining the whole time, might be good to jump on that line now before a little bit closer to game time, and they can zero in on this
hey,
forecast. You kind of just
get my weather segment back up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I was trying.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the clip I made of you over Jim Cantori's body, but I couldn't find it.
That's just some weather knowledge up here, man.
Jamie,
I didn't
can you
even
flash
think
that
of
image
the
for me?
forecast, dog.
You
Next
said
game,
Jacksonville?
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
No, you said
Florida
Miami.
State, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh at Atlanta -3.5.
Yeah, I think this should be higher.
Atlanta's -3.5.
I think Atlanta's gonna own it. I don't like Mike
Tallywhack 'em.
Tomlin. He's too. No, that's not right. That's not right. I like Mike Tomlin. Okay, I like him as a coach,
Oh, how the
Lovable loser.
turntables have turned.
but I don't like Pittsburgh for some reason. They're just like, what are they? They used to be just defense, hard nosed. Now it's like they got their offense is just all over the place. I don't know anything. You know, they got two running backs that are mediocre. You know,
Flip that.
They got Justin Fields.
I don't know anything.
yeah, they got Justin Fields that who knows, he could be out there returning punts. You know, we could have it
I'd
just
love
could
to
be
see
a
that.
circus out there. So for that reason, I think that the Falcons are going to win by 10.
Hmm.
Wow.
Is that your rock for the week, Tom? You sound
It could be. It could be based on how I feel about it.
We'll give you some more time to think it over, but sounds
Yeah.
like a good potential rock for Tom there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tom makes a good point. I know a few players on this team. I wouldn't say that I know nothing about Pittsburgh.
Nothing, Johnson.
But I feel like we don't know a lot about these guys because they're largely irrelevant. They're saying Najee. They got a new offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh, didn't they?
Last year,
Four
at
words
the end
for
of
you.
last year.
4 years ago.
4 words for you. Arthur Smith revenge game. Okay. Take that into account here. Arthur Smith, new OC for the Steelers. Coach, disgraced coach, and heir to the FedEx dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys weren't aware of that, Arthur Smith's father is the creator of FedEx.
Didn't know that.
For that reason, for Arthur Smith revenge game, Steelers plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go with that too.
Sorry, Wargo, just hijacked your pick there.
You fired me up. I'll tell you that much.
Took over.
Yeah. No, Steelers. It's
I'm
got to
doing
be.
that. Pittsburgh.
This line stinks.
You know what? With all you guys picking that, I'm gonna lock this in as my pick of the week.
Oh, we're doing that at the end. But
double down. I'll be watching that game.
Cameron Hayward.
That's Tom's
tackle.
lock. Let me put an
Wide
asterisk by that, Tom.
Yeah.
Wide neck.
All right, Carolina at New Orleans. New Orleans is -4. I am going to go with the Carolina-led Dave Canales offense. They're going to be much improved, and I didn't see much that I liked in the offseason from New Orleans. So give me Carolina, baby. Let's go.
I was going to go Carolina here as well, but then I was thinking back at some of the things I was watching in the offseason, and, it just kind of stuck with me. Derek Carr does not, in fact, use eyeliner. And for that reason, I like the guy. I think he's going to have a good year. Right?
I'm following. I'm still
and the Saints stink, dude. Wait.
The Saints stink, but he's taking them on the spread.
Yeah. That was a bad take there, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Saints here.
Oh, that's funny.
I just want to ride with Tom on this one now.
I am not going to ride with Tom on this. I like to see bringing up Dave Canales. Did a great job in New York last year with the Jets after Aaron Rodgers went down. Him being with Carolina now as the head coach, I think is huge. So, and I want Bryce Young to not just be like this complete.
Yeah, I think
he seems like a guy. He seems like a good guy. I want to see him make a little progress and take a little bit of a step up this year. They brought in Deontay Johnson, who I think could be, if he can just learn to catch the ball, I mean, he can be amazing for them. So,
now that the Bears can't get any more picks out of Carolina,
yes, it's okay for them to do good. So I'm gonna go with Jesse, and I'm gonna stick on
their number one wide receiver can learn to catch the ball.
Yes, and he can run the hell out of the route tree. I mean, he can run it forward and back.
1,100 yards and probably 8 touchdowns this year.
You heard it here first, folks.
He could not score a touchdown in Pittsburgh. Could not do it.
Kenny Pickett has tiny
explosion. Yes.
So, to a lot of those points, there's probably great value presented on that currently. I did look up a few things as to tie into my pick here. One of those being the Panthers this year for 2024 are the third worst odds in all of the NFL to win the Super Bowl. Not that we're expecting them to be contenders, but their over-under is at 5.5, which is only higher than New England Patriots that are at 4.5 currently by themselves, tied with a lot of other franchises. I don't think they're getting their first one here against New Orleans. Derek Carr does wear eyeliner, despite what Tom says. And Olave is going to have a great year this year with Derek Carr tossing him the rock. So I think
you know what? People have been telling him all his life that he wears eyeliner.
That's what
does it,
keeps the
man.
fire lit. That's what keeps the fire lit, Tom.
He does it.
It's people like you telling him that it's okay when he cries that
Tired of
inhibits his performance. He needs to
Tired
have
of
that adversity.
He's tired of it.
Exactly. So he's going to come out and ball.
Free him.
All right, next
Minnesota.
next game, home underdog, Minnesota at New York Giants. Minnesota is favored -1.5.
Ooh, another underdog. Second underdog. Home dog.
I'm going last.
I'm going to go with the Giants here. I think Malik Neighbors comes out and has 130 receiving yards, maybe a couple touchdowns. Danny Dimes probably runs for about 65. Minnesota struggles on offense. The Giants get it done in the Meadowlands.
I do like the Danny Dimes rushing over here. That feels nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We didn't even get to see him play last year at all. I don't even remember what he looks like. I just know he has a funny looking face sometimes.
Lloyd Christmas.
You guys kind of look alike, Tom.
Yeah, with that beard. He grew a beard in the offseason. He does kind of look like you.
Just call him. No, don't start calling me Danny Dimes, dog.
You're Tommy Nichols.
That's good. That's good. I think Sam Darnold, speaking of just goofballs, is probably got quite a chip on his shoulder this year. Went into the draft or coming out of the draft, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, JJ, it's going to be a tough competition. It's certainly not a done deal that Sam Darnold's going to, win the spot. Obviously, JJ goes down before the year starts. He's out for the season. That probably takes it probably gives Sam Darnold a little bit of breathing room. It allows him to just focus on making the most of his opportunity without having to look over his shoulder. I think Kevin O'Connell is a good coach, is a good offensive mind, and could be, opportunity for Sam Darnold to, turn into one of these just like guys that like 10 years from now are like, oh, Sam Darnold made a $250 million in the NFL. He just kept getting contract after contract because he kept getting these little opportunities and a little thing here and there. I think Minnesota, obviously JJ, they've got some pieces that are kind of dinged up to start the year, but if you got Justin Jefferson, you should be okay. He's incredible. Brought in Aaron Jones from the Jets in the offseason. So I think that paired with maybe some improved pieces on the defense, they could pull this off against the Giants. Might be tough against that D line for New York, who seems really, really good now with Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Brian Burns coming in from the Jets. So I think could be a big year for them.
I wish I could name drop.
I'm gonna go Minnesota, Sam Darnold.
You are the name dropping. You're good at that. I don't have the capacity for it. I don't think. This is. I agree with Luke here a little bit. Where this is the battle of the goofballs. I would say it here.
The Goof Bowl.
Yeah, if you will. Sam Darnold, I think there's a stat out there: seventh year quarterbacks do well. Okay. Don't quote me on it, but
I will not.
I'm just going to tell you right now. There's a stat out there.
This might have just went into a lock of the week territory for me with that stat.
Yeah. So, just take that information as you will. But Sam Darnold is going to have a better year than people expect. But is he good enough to come into New York and face Danny Dimes?
That is the
Good
question.
Christmas.
Yeah,
I already wrote
I'm
you
gonna
down
go-
for
I'm gonna go
Minnesota,
New York.
Tom.
New York.
Oh,
God
let me
damn
cross
it.
that.
I'm gonna
out.
find the
You're
stat.
going with New York.
He's gonna find the stat. Thanks, Tommy Nichols. What do you got, Coach Works?
Yeah, give me the New York Football Giants here. It's make or break for Danny Dimes, which has traditionally never really gone his way when his back's against the wall. But he's going to be running all over the field like his life depends on it, because it does. He's just going to be a backup if this doesn't work out here. So, yeah, give me Danny Dimes fighting for his absolute life out there.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Yep.
Denver at Seattle. Seattle's -6.
Oh God, I hate that line. Like we were talking about in that game earlier, like, or how we're gonna like pick favorites. Like this is a line that I'd probably never bet, and it's probably gonna be the easiest game.
Is Geno Smith Seattle's quarterback still?
Yes.
You know, I think Sean
I
Payton
already wrote down Denver for me.
Yeah,
Plus six.
Sean Payton has his prototype whipped dog quarterback in Bo Nix
Yep.
that he can
Yeah,
undress in front of 50,000 crazy fans as many times as he wants, and he's not going to do a damn thing about it because he's a rookie.
Yep.
And, you know, we're going to feel sorry for Bo Nix, but he's probably going to do okay because he's going to check down about 60% of the time, and Denver's running backs are going to rack up like 1,500 receiving yards. So I'm going to go with Denver here.
Denver's running backs have like half an ACL between all of them.
Jaleel McLaughlin is like the NCAA's all-time leading rusher. He ran for like 8,000 yards and like 70-some touchdowns in college.
It's
This
year
is
2 coming off the
their number one.
ACL for Javonte. Traditionally, in today's modern society, when you're coming year 2 off the ACL, you're like RoboCop. Okay, that thing is just
Like Tommy John.
lubed up and ready to roll. I agree with Jesse. I think the run game for Denver is going to be very important this year. I think they got that thunder lightning kind of duo there with McLaughlin and Javonte. And I think Nick's, like he said, I think it's going to be very helpful for Sean Payton to have somebody who does not ask questions. He's a good soldier. He does not ask questions. He
I
just
think I
obeys
found-
command.
I found where I heard it.
7-year quarterbacks. Here we go. What do you got?
It's not. I don't know. I heard it.
Mm.
Or I saw a tweet or an X from
Yeah.
Big
I think
Cat.
you can still call it a tweet, or is it just called an X now when you tweet?
Yeah,
I mean,
Every
obviously
time
the
you say it,
platform
it's
is
called a
called
tweet,
X.
and then you correct yourself to call it an X.
an X. Yeah.
An X. Okay.
No, you got to
Okay.
call it a tweet first, and then you have to come back and correct it, and then it's
Well, Big Cat from
full sentence.
Pardon My Take says Sam Darnold's 7th-year bump. So that's what I read, and then I looked it up, and it's like QBs do better in their 7th year or something like that.
Okay.
So still didn't give you guys anything,
Huh.
but it's out
What if-
there. I mean, that guy's a pretty good source, right? Isn't he pretty serious? Big Cat.
I think he's kind of a notorious
I mean,
shit poster.
He's basically the opposite of that.
Oh. I don't listen to them. I just saw it, and I was like, "That's interesting." And I looked it up, and I thought it looked real.
So Geno Smith's going into his 16th year. What do they have on that? Anything?
I don't know. Okay, I'm 7 year. That's all I got up to.
Okay, Tom, what do you think about Denver at Seattle, though?
Yeah, we
All right,
got
I
to
was
keep this
deep
train on the
in that.
track
I don't
here,
know what
boys.
you guys said, but this is something I at the fantasy the draft. This is one of my predictions this year: is that Denver is definitely going to win more than 4.5 games. I mean, that's just ridiculous, right?
I agree with that.
So
Agree with that.
I'll put that bet down. That is one thing that I didn't say it. Someone said it to me, and I said, "What?" And that's why I know that. But Denver is going to be better than people think. And who are they playing? Seattle. Seattle. At Seattle.
At Seattle. Seattle's favored by 6.
Jeez. I tell you
Well,
what,
man.
Tom Payton is going to have that offense humming. Okay, with Bo Nix.
Tom
First
didn't know
game.
the opponent or the line, and he's just like Denver.
Denver. It's Denver.
He's so
Yeah.
deep into the internet trying to figure out if
Yeah, there's
the
nothing.
quarterback bump is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a bell curve, right? In the 7th year. It's just that's what everybody.
I'm going to find a stat. And you guys are going to be like, holy shit.
No, we are getting a little pressed for time. Not that we ever have a deadline here, but yeah, this is the easiest pick ever. Give me Seattle at home, 12th man. Denver blows. What are we talking about? This is cake. This might be my lock.
Okay.
At -6, huh? Wow.
Yeah, and I get to fade all of you guys.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, perfect. Make
Las
my money.
Vegas at LA Chargers. Chargers -3.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We got 5 games left.
Who's QBing over there in San Diego?
You agree with that, Tom? You think it's going to be a push?
Yeah, I agree with Las Vegas here. You know,
Like the line that Vegas set, or like Vegas on the game?
like -3. I think Chargers are going to win.
Oh my God.
It's a good line.
Are they going to cover?
Yes. Yep.
I think they are as well.
Yeah.
So you agree with Vegas that it's a good line, and you also agree that Vegas will cover this 3 points.
No, he's taking the Chargers.
Oh shit!
Cover.
Okay.
As am I. As am I. Justin Herbert's healthy. He doesn't
Oh.
have.
Jesse on the
Oh.
Chargers.
What are you going to say?
He doesn't
Yeah.
have what?
Plantar fasciitis.
Oh my God!
I've heard that before.
that's-
Someone in high school had it.
I think he'll be fine. He played with a broken bone on his throwing hand last year. I think he can deal with plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, and if he doesn't,
As
you know,
long as the
Go.
Chargers training staff, they'll stab him in the lung with a freaking 8-inch syringe. I'm sure all those people are fired. That's how
Jim
Harbaugh gets
Harbaugh is
down.
going to come
He's
out
like,
there.
who stabbed Tyrod? You're gone. Get out. This
out.
is tough for me. I love Jim. If you guys recall from last year's pods, I was petitioning pretty hard to get him into Chicago. I was hoping it was going to crumble and fall apart at Michigan, which it did. And then the Chargers come out of nowhere and like, oh, we're hiring Jim Harbaugh. Like, cool. Well, we're totally fine without him, but would have loved to have had for him to be along for that when we win the Super Bowl. But have fun in LA, Jim. Hope you have fun out there. I think Antonio Pierce and Gardner Minshew. I mean, talk about someone I do have a crush on. That guy. Okay.
He makes
love
plays.
it. Max Crosby on the defensive side. Jack Johnson. Seen a lot of Jack Johnson, I think
Is that a singer?
is his name.
Making banana pancakes.
Yes. Banana pancakes. Also a cornerback for the Raiders, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
messing that up, but I think it is. Looked really good in the offseason. I think Antonio Pierce, head of the spear, kind of leading the way in terms of bringing like the Raider mentality back. Some
He's
badasses.
He's from Raider Nation, right? I think
Yes,
he grew up there.
He was with the Jets
That
last
makes-
year, I think.
Well, I mean, I think he grew up in Vegas.
I'm kidding.
Anyway.
He was not with the Jets last year. I'm going to go with Las Vegas here to keep it close and maybe even steal one against the Chargers. Wars?
I want to believe in Las Vegas, and this line seems closer than it is for the Chargers playing at home with Justin Herbert starting for them, as well as with Jim Harbaugh taking over. So for all that reason, for all those reasons, it stinks. The line does. But yeah, I'm going to trust it. Give me the Chargers. Yeah. Jim
Fun
Harbaugh's
facts.
the winner.
Fun facts about Antonio Pierce. He is, in fact, from California, Long Beach.
That
And
was fun.
his college was Mount St. Antonio.
San Antonio.
Right? Weird. Okay, next.
Mount San Antonio.
I mean,
Is
that
that
was
real?
previously Raider Nation, though, right? Like they just recently moved to Las Vegas, so
Well,
Long
he's
Beach,
just from the streets, dog. He's
Long
from there.
Beach.
Long Beach.
Did it say that in there that he's from the streets?
Yeah. I think that's something I heard as well somewhere. No, I know.
I'm gonna distance myself from that comment personally.
I'm going to as well.
Hey, I'm just
All right.
saying, I think whatever comes out of this mine is typically heard from somewhere else. So if I think from the street,
I don't have any sort of organic thoughts.
Oh my god.
so there's no discriminatory anything like that. Just gonna get that out there.
That's
I think
not
he
true,
said
Tom.
that somewhere.
That's not true.
Jesse, next pick.
Dallas at Cleveland. Cleveland's -2.5.
Believeland. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy line. I think Luke alluded to it earlier. Defense shows up here for Cleveland. Just seems weird. A lot of turmoil in Dallas. Give me Cleveland at home. Welcome to the doghouse.
Yeah.
Cleveland in home openers is also
you like
15 in their
Cleveland
last
too?
28.
No, I like Dallas here.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I like Dallas.
No.
After Wargo says a bunch about Cleveland, says Cleveland, Tom goes, yeah. Dallas.
Dallas.
Love it.
yeah. What I mean by yeah is you're an idiot. Okay, and I'm going complete opposite direction.
Cowboy Nation.
War goes on Cleveland. Tom's with Dallas here. This one, I picked it as my pick for Tom because I did, like Orgood said, I did think it was a surprising line to me. And I think what I had mentioned before kind of plays into that with some of the offseason storylines with Dallas. It seems like maybe there's a little friction between Dak and Jerry Jones. Obviously, person of color, Jerry Jones is racist.
Jerry Jones is crazy.
You know, like
He's
there's
crazy.
probably going to be some friction there,
He
unfortunately.
needs to be.
I'm going to go with Dallas, though. I think, you know, with Zeke back, coming back from the Jets last year, back to Dallas where he's supposed to be, I think we could see Zeke once again.
Prime Zeke
Maybe.
was.
I don't think if this Dallas offense is good, it's going to be because of Zeke. I think it's going to be because of Dak, CD, Jake Ferguson, maybe a little Jalen Tolbert getting a little more playing time off the bench. He's kind of been overshadowed with Gallup there the last few years.
Who's that
Brandon Cooks is
receiver?
still there, had a good year.
Did they get a receiver from the Texans? Or am I making that up? Who's the other receiver?
I think you might be thinking of Noah Brown, who had originally started with Dallas and went to the Texans, cut by the Texans. I don't know if he went back to Dallas after he was cut. You know how much depth they have at receiver in Houston, but yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas here. I think they're still a good team, with some talent there. Obviously, Mike Parsons game record on the defensive side.
Zeke
So I'll take Dallas plus 2.5. Sorry,
Michael
Nick.
Gallup, former Colorado State Ram standout. Let's go.
They got annihilated.
Late round.
Yeah, I think he
value.
retired, didn't he?
He
I think he actually had to medically retire,
oh,
which is why I mentioned Jalen Tolbert.
wow.
I'll check on that. I'll fact check that.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland here. I like their defense a lot. Jim Schwartz is a mastermind on the defensive side of the ball. He always puts his players in a position to wreak havoc. And yeah, I think Dallas is a little dysfunctional right now. I think CD probably has a good game, but you know, I think Cleveland's secondary is pretty tough. So I think they contain him.
Sorry, Jesse. I was just going to say Michael Gallup, 1-year contract with Raiders, $3 million. Just want. I said he
Let's
retired.
go.
He didn't.
Raider
He
Nation.
He doesn't play for the Jets.
He does not play for the Jets.
Oh, man.
He did
Over
last
under this
when
game?
he did for the Cowboys.
41.
Played for the
And I'd
Jets.
probably
when
take
he
it
was
if it
with the
were
Cowboys.
reversed at 14 on the under.
I like Cleveland though. I think Deshaun's going to have a redemption year too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Redemption on the football field,
give me
or
Cleveland.
I'll
Yeah,
what kind of
he's going to have a happy ending season.
I will not back you on that one. Don't like the guy. Okay.
under on that game? 41.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You like the under?
Yeah, we're taking the under as a collective.
Washington at Tampa Bay -3. Tampa Bay's -3.
Another under game. Tampa Bay -3.
People are high on Washington,
It's all right.
Not Las Vegas. Not in this game.
but people are high.
Yeah, but people don't matter. The odds
Tampa
makers.
Bay coming off a
Baker Mayfield.
making the playoffs, playing in that game, getting some confidence at the end of the year. I think I'm high on Tampa Bay right now. So, Tampa Bay. With all the hype. I'm high on Washington too, but
I too like. Yeah. I like Tampa Bay here.
does Tampa Bay feel old to you? I don't know why. They just feel like they got a
Tampa
bunch of
Bay.
old players. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Collectively old.
Yeah.
Fair, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. I
Um,
trust Baker. I trust that receiving core. Godwin's going to be back in the slot this year where he can do a lot of damage. Rashad White's the mini CMC. Washington is unproven. I think they have potential, but they may stumble out of the gates and then get it together after the first few games. So give me Tampa here, who's an experienced team, as Tom noted, to come out and put them away at home week 1.
What is this? This is the last afternoon slate game, right? This isn't
New
Correct.
offensive coordinator in Tampa Bay.
Liam Cohen,
Correct.
previously
Yep.
the Rams.
Yep.
If we recall, Tampa had a very short stint with the Rams a couple
He
of
looks
years ago,
like kind of a goofball.
in which he showed up and played on 3 days' notice with a Liam Cohen-led offense at the time.
Yeah.
I think this can be a good game. I believe the hype that Washington's getting Dan Quinn now there as the head coach, and Bob Wagner, who previously been with Dan Quinn in Seattle at the beginning of their careers, Bobby's career, to kind of lead that defense. They've got Jonathan Allen up front. Obviously Jaden Daniels, I think he's going to be, if don't go back and look at it, but there was a time when I was saying, is Jaden Daniels potentially better option than Caleb Williams for the Bears? That obviously was dumb, right? But that doesn't mean he can't be good as well. And it seems like there's some good vibes coming out of Washington. I like them to keep it close and maybe steal one from Tampa Bay here to start the year. So I'm going to go against Jesse and Tom. Take Washington. Wards.
I already took the Bucks.
Okay.
My bad.
I did look at Zach Heredia selling a BMW Z4 that I'm interested in, though.
Rams, Detroit.
Rams at Detroit -3.5.
So dismissive of Warga's potential BMW purchase.
Hey, Zach, you got any inside scoops? No. We'll
no.
take. What are we looking at here? 3.5.
Yeah.
feel like this game was more emotional last year. I think Jared Goff still holds that resentment deep in his heart.
Mm.
Give me the Rams.
Yeah.
Give me the Rams. You like the Rams as well, Jesse?
I do.
He does. Well, I did too. But I want to pick against you guys pretty badly. I've been doing that a lot from what I'm seeing here on my review. We've got a lot of split decisions.
Yeah.
This is harder than I remember.
No unanimous picks.
There's gonna be a big discrepancy this week, and who wins and who loses. Somebody's gonna be in a hole to start the year.
There's a lot of good games this week. There's no
Yeah, I think that Stafford, Nakua, Cup, Kyron Williams, they have what is going to be required to keep up with Detroit in Detroit. Obviously, Detroit is one of the deepest teams in the league now on both sides of the ball. I mean, I've seen them picked a lot as an NFC favorite to go to the Super Bowl this year. And honestly, I don't disagree with that. But I do think that, like I said, the Rams do have the pieces to keep it close. So I'm going to go Rams as well.
Okay, well, you guys are all going Rams. I went Rams earlier in the episode. Daddy's going Detroit, at Detroit.
Because we're on the Rams.
I'm going to pick one up here, yeah.
Didn't you guess the – oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense actually then. Yeah.
New York Jets at San Francisco -4.5.
This is dirty of the NFL to do this to Aaron Rodgers. If he comes out with the American flag,
I don't think he's going to do that based on what happened last time.
all right. If he comes out with anything,
AK-4 or just AR-15.
I need to
I'm going with the
shut
Jets.
my mouth this episode.
Jets.
Yeah, they obviously got some problems. San Francisco's got some problems with Trent Williams.
He's signed.
It's signed today.
Yeah, he hasn't been practicing, so he's
But
not.
he did sign, so he's going to be practicing.
He does seem like the kind of guy who needs to play a few snaps to get into football shape.
He's 36, so
I
I
mean,
kind of feel like he's the
okay,
guy that can just show
can-
up and just kick ass.
he's the kind of guy who could throw whip you and just sit back down and go back to what he was doing, no doubt. But playing football, you got to get in football shape. He's a big man. 36,
I like
Tom
Nate
said.
Davis.
I just see him eating potato chips and then getting up,
Whoa. Potato chips.
I'm high on the Jets this year. I think they're going to win their
You
division.
and Aaron Rodgers, quite literally.
Uh-oh.
There he goes.
Who's going to let him back in?
That's a good question. Didn't this happen once last year? We figured it out.
How did it not end?
Sorry, I hit the back button. I was trying to do the 3-finger swipe on the MacBook, and it was the 2.
Don't be cool, dude.
Jesse is with the Jets. I think I'm going to go with the Jets as well. As much as it pains me to pick with A-Rod week 1, I think they're going to be. I mean, if they can get Hassan Reddick on the field, we're coming full circle here, right? Full circle. Hassan Reddick. Even without him, they're going to be very deep on defense. Everybody won't shut up about Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. Oh my God. Despite all of that being really annoying, I think it could be a pretty good, combination. And then they got Breece Hall, improved the offensive line, brought in a couple new tackles, proven guys, Morgan Moses, and I'm blanking on the other tackle that they brought in. But obviously that was a big issue last year, not for Rodgers very long, but for all the other quarterbacks that played for the Jets last year. That was a huge issue, was protecting them. So I think if they can do that, let Rodgers kind of utilize some of the weapons that they've got on the offensive side there with Breece, Garrett Wilson, and then defense, I think is going to be awesome. I'm going to take the Jets to keep it close and maybe even win against San Francisco.
I go back and forth on this one. So I keep reading about how old San Francisco is, and this is their last shot. And, it just got me thinking.
We still got some guys.
Yeah, they're still really talented if they're healthy.
But you don't have any of your own thoughts, Tom. So are you just are you searching the archives for other stuff that you've heard?
We're gonna need
That was
some
rude.
research on your statements. By the way.
That was a rude thing to say. So
you said that earlier.
You just shut your mouth. All I said was I was reading.
No, you said anything that comes out of here was heard from somewhere else. That's what you said.
Yes, in football speak, yeah, that is accurate. I don't know anything about football. That's why I digest everything. What do? You are you on the field of the Bears fucking practice? Is that it? You shut your mouth.
I'm with Tom.
God.
Oh my God.
I have my own thoughts. I am a man. I'm gonna go.
Is that
I'm gonna go to San Francisco here. Just
is that correlation or causation there? Having thoughts of
yeah,
being a
I don't
man?
know. San Francisco.
A lot of controversial
Oh
statements.
my
being
God.
made. Give me the Jets.
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 You're
All
wrong.
right. So Tom, I believe, is the only one who's made a lock thus far.
Yep.
He is on Atlanta -3.5 against Pittsburgh. Wargo, Jesse, either of you have a lock in mind?
Oh, we did have a unanimous pick on Chicago.
Yes.
My lock is going to be Oh, we were all unanimous on Green Bay as well.
That one's kind of shocking.
I think my lock's
All
going to be on
unanimous on Chicago.
Green Bay.
All unanimous on Chicago. All unanimous on Green Bay.
Interesting.
That cannot end up well for us.
Yeah.
Jesse is locking in Green Bay at 2.5 underdogs. Wargo?
It's gonna be really funny when I pick the opposite of what I pick. Like, yeah, I'm gonna lock in Indianapolis at home. It's like I picked Houston in the regular spread. That will happen in the future. No, I'm gonna go with my lock that I mentioned earlier. Seattle at home against Denver, -6. Fading all you guys.
That would be a big one for you, Wargo, if that hits, because you're the only one on Seattle -6. So that'd be like a double swing there.
Yeah.
I think I am going to go with Buffalo against Arizona. I think they're going to be kind of worked up about kind of the offseason narratives going back to that. I think Arizona will be a good team this year and very explosive, but I'm going to take Buffalo to win that first game by a touchdown or more.
Wow.
I'm zigging when everybody else is zagging.
Yeah.
Tom,
and those are your locks.
That's what I did with my pick.
Tom has 3 picks
Wait,
on the opposite end of us 3, which are Atlanta, Detroit, and San Francisco.
wait, Luke
Tom
and
is
I
either going to start.
That could be bad for us.
Tom's going to start out on just like at the ultimate high, or he's going to start in a hole.
Yeah.
But he's never out of the
Likewise.
game because he could always guess the lines, and he could pretty easily
He
cheat
could.
on that too.
Yeah.
Don't miss
Yeah.
next week's episode of Tom Jams. Tom's Jams.
Tom's
Wom's Jams.
I need a song. Tom James. That was
I think
like
we go with something close to the theme song of Dragon Ball Z for that. Kind of what I'm feeling.
I'm cool with that.
And we just start smashing shit
Hell yeah.
afterwards.
All right, that was fun, boys.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we
excited.
definitely wrapped up sooner than I thought we would. Didn't go over in the slightest.
I missed this.
Smooth and concise, just like we
Yep.
knew it would be.
Like and subscribe if you made it this far. Like,
Yeah, we probably should do that.
If you're still breathing, hit that button.
Yeah.
Wake up, wipe the drool from your chin, and hit that subscribe button.
Hey,
tune in next week.
All right.
if you want all the picks.
We're going to be posting these like Thursdays pretty averagely, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week. All right.
We'll be consistent.